Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today, I'm going to teach you how to cut. Yeah, that's right, we're doing something a little bit different this time. We're doing a tutorial for the new people of this channel. Now, I'm going to be covering how to cut with a handsaw and an electric saw. Before I get started, make sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications so you don't miss the next video. Now, let's do this! Okay, so first, I'm going to teach you how to use a handsaw. Now, if you have an electric saw and a handsaw, I prefer that you only use the handsaw for dowels. Anyways, handsaw time! Hello, yes, this is the first time that you're seeing my work desk. Well, workshop bench. Now, I'm going to be using a dowel to demonstrate the cutting with a handsaw. Now, when you cut with a handsaw, you want to cut straight. Like straight on. So then, the saw doesn't get stuck when you go diagonal. If you go diagonal, the saw will just get stuck. But if you go straight, it will not. Now, it's time I show you. First, I'm going to mark with my pencil where I'm going to cut. And see, it got stuck because I went diagonal. Sometimes cutting can get a little tricky. That's why you use these things. They can hold your wood in place, but I don't think that's going to work very well with the dowel. But we'll see. And sometimes this happens. Sometimes your gripper cannot fit. At least I call them grippers. So, that's why I have a bigger one. It is that, right over there. That is the gripper that I usually use. Now, what you're going to do, you just seal it like this. Make sure that's secure. If you need to wobble it a little bit, if it's thick wood. If it's not thick wood, your wood's gonna break. Now, watch as I cut this piece of wood. Now, as you can see, it's a little bendy. It's a little bendy. That is because this right here is right in the middle. You want the end that you're cutting to be right next to the gripper. Like that. Now, as you can see, it's not very wobbly anymore. Now, I'm just gonna cut. Yeah, that sometimes happens. My dowel just broke in two. But hey, at least I cut it. And then after you cut, just grab your sandpaper and sand it down. You can use an electric sander if you want to, but this is the hand session. Plus, I usually just sand with my hands. Funnest part for me. Now, that is all for the handsaw part. Now, it's time for the electric saw. Now, these things get a little loud. So I would just get the closest pair of noise-canceling headphones. Wear those if you are very sensitive to noise, especially loud noises. Now, this is the preferred one, not if you're a little tiny child. If you're a little tiny child, use the handsaw. Perfect for little tiny children, kind of. It takes a lot of effort to just cut one piece of wood. Now this is the other half from my wooden wolf video. As you saw in the video, I said 2, and then the editor put 1. That's because 2 is a little bit too much. That was a very terrible joke. Anyways, so I cut this thing in half with an electric saw, and I'm gonna show you how. Now, I would not use it for dowels. Very bad for dowels. So, let's just go ahead and loosen this. And now, I'm going to grab this piece of wood because it is very thick. Now, before I cut it with the electric saw, I'm going to try to use the normal hand saw. As you can see, it is barely cutting anything at all. I barely just made a dent into that thing. Now, when you use the electric saw, I am going to get my noise-canceling headphones because I am very sensitive to sound. Now, I would also get some protection from the wood that will fly everywhere. Okay, now that we're all protected, it's time to use the saw. Okay, so what you're going to want to do, lay it flat on the piece of wood. Now, you just press the trigger. For new people cutting with an electric saw, I would first start slow, barely even touching the trigger. Like this. But if you're experienced, I would probably just full on press the Now, that is cutting 101 with Kodiak. Once you're done cutting the piece of wood, like so, I got a little itty bitty head that we're never gonna use. Oh well, I'll save it for later. Anyways, that was cutting 101 with Kodiak. Hope you enjoyed. Make sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and turn on notifications so you never miss another video. Goodbye.